Hey, welcome to this short video clip on simplifying expressions, and we're looking mainly at doing that through multiplication. There's a couple of mathematical conventions that we need to be aware of, and that is, in algebra we tend not to write the multiplication symbol that you see in these questions here, because if you can tell just by looking at question 2, we've got x's and multiplications. Now an x and a multiplication sign, well, they're pretty similar, so we try not to write the multiplication sign. Okay, so that's the first mathematical convention that we need to know. The second we'll go through in question 1. Okay, so let's get cracking. So in question 1, simplify a multiplied by 5 multiplied by b. Well, as I've just said, we don't write the multiplication sign, so the way we're going to show that it's a multiplication is just by writing the numbers and letters next to each other without that multiplication sign. And this is where the second mathematical convention comes in, is we tend to put the numbers before the letters, and the letters we put in alphabetical order where possible. So even though this is written a times 5, I'm going to put it as 5a. Okay, just mathematical convention, numbers go first, letters come second, and the letters go in alphabetical order. So this means 5 times a times b, okay, which is the same as a times 5 times b. Okay, number 2, x multiplied by x multiplied by 9. Well, we've just said that the numbers are going to come first. Well, I've got 9 first. My letters, well, I've got x and I've got x times x. Now any number multiplied by itself is a square number, so x is no different. So x times x is x squared, so it's 9x squared. I'm simplifying this. Okay, number 3, slightly different this time. We've got brackets. Okay, I've got squared on the outside, so I've got to square everything that's inside that bracket. So I've got to square the 3 and I've got to square the x. So if I'm going to simplify it, okay, it's going to be 3 squared and x squared, because I've got to simplify both. Well, simplify it still. What can I get rid of? I can get rid of the squared here. So that's 9x squared. Okay, and that would be my final answer, and it would be simplified. And then finally, we've got some negatives here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, multiply all the numbers through. So I've got 2 multiplied by negative 3, well that's negative 6, multiplied by negative 1, so 2, negative 6 times negative 1, well that's 6. My letters, I've got x times x times x, well x times x times x is x cubed, so 6x cubed. And I have simplified all of those expressions. Numbers first, letters second, write it without the multiplication sign, and it is simplified.